This is the first part of section 33 of Caesar's De Bello Gallico, book 5. And the Roman troops have decided to leave camp. Sabinus's opinion that they must leave in the wake of Ambiorix's words has prevailed. And so they are leaving. And predictably, everything has gone awry. And they're being attacked on both sides by the Gauls and Titurius Sabinus here. So then at last, Titurius Sabinus, who, or this is a causal clause, so maybe since he had provided for nothing previously, or he had foreseen nothing previous to this. And we have a series of historical infinitives to underscore and emphasize his actions. He was trembling, essentially. He was trepidating. He was shaking with fear, and he was running about, and he was displacing his cohorts. Nevertheless, these things themselves timidly, and as all things seemed to fail him, and we assume there's a he did these things, right? So nevertheless, he did these very things timidly, and just as everything seemed to fail him, to be lacking to him, and this was accustomed frequently, often, very often, to happen to those who, in the midst of the business here, in the very business, are forced to take on a plan. So he was doing all of these things, but he was doing them timidly, and with the result that everything seemed to fail him. And 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 this, it makes sense, right? This was accustomed to happen to people very frequently who are forced to take on a plan in the midst of the business. But Cotta, remember, Cotta's the one who advised that they stay, and he is characterized by Caesar as the more foresightful of the two. But Cotta, who had considered that these things were able or could happen on their journey, and for this reason had not been non fuiset, had not been the auctor perfectionis, the advisor of setting out. In nulla re, in no situation was he lacking for the common safety. And let's get a parentheses here. And in calling out and encouraging, exhorting his soldiers, he was showing or displaying the officia of a commander and of a soldier in battle. When, or maybe since, propter longitudinus augmentis, we're going to leave that alone for a second. And then we've got minus facile, and then per se omnia abire. And then notice we've got abire et providere possent. Okay, so when or since they were able to obire everything through themselves less easily. So when or since they could encounter everything on their own through themselves less easily on account of the length of the battle line, and they could foresee, or really probably here provide for, what and in what place it, or really maybe everything had to be done. We have this gerundive phrase. They ordered to pass along. So they ordered that they announce, that they pass the word along. that they should leave their impediments, they should leave their baggage, their impedimenta, the things that are weighing them down, and that they should make a stand in an orb, that they should take up position in that circle orb ring structure.